like my
Rest assured. We don't.
the last, but which is really troubling me from day one, is that there has to be two seizure lists. One at the place of occurrence, what they seized. The second is at where the postmortem took place. Because there were these samples which were collected from the lady concerned, from the victim. When I was harping on the last occasion that the jeans and the undergarments never went to the postmortem doctor, now that has been clarified that they were lying in the room. Why the investigating officer did not take it to the PM doctor, I do not know. But why not? I don't have a copy of the case diary, but Lordships will now have to look into the case diary. Because what is troubling is that the seizures had to take place in the PM room with regard to all the samples which were collected. Now, what your Lordships has to see is that on the next morning, that is the 10th, at 10:30 a.m., whether those samples were sent to the magistrate. Why? Because the magistrate has to then forward it to the CFSL. What was the date on which these samples were sent to the magistrate for forwarding? Now, what the state will say is that 10th and 11th, which was a Saturday and Sunday, CFSL was closed.
In fact, I won't give again details here of the date because it will dislocate the investigation. We don't want someone to take advantage of it as a technical issue later on. Yes. But what the CBI has revealed in its status report is worse. It is really disturbing.
I have understood what they have disclosed. I know what is coming, where they are heading. That's why I'm not being able to.
What you are flagging is of the utmost concern. I can only share with you that we are ourselves disturbed by what we have said, and this is what CBI itself told us. See page F at page 4. Flagged it for us. They are themselves very concerned about the fact that this is what has happened.
Another thing which is very disturbing is that the Kolkata police has only given 27 minutes of the footage. Why has the entire footage till date not been seized? And when the Kolkata police gave it, did they use an instrument called the blocker device?
What is it called?
Blocker device. Because that ensures that the hash value does not change. And it is very important. What is a hash value? It is basically the fingerprint of any electronic document. The CBI has to seize the entire footage.
Mr. Solicitor, this aspect, which we highlighted last time during the course of the hearing.
Page, ground G, page 5. We have not.
Give us a minute. Just give us a minute.
Yes, ground G, not ground, my lord. Para number G, page 5.
But, Mr. Solicitor, can you not summon ask the state police to make sure that this is handed over to you?
It's not handed over.
You have to seize it. You are investigating.
That process is on. So that process is.
So 40 days have passed. Whether it has been rewritten or not, that also we.
That's.
Have you seized
the difficulties, but not devices?
Ensure that you seize the DVR and just find out, have you used the blocker device or not? Because you have to ensure the authenticity of the hash value.
And whether it is overwritten or not, because the devices can be overwritten.
That depends on the capacity of the storage device.
See, CBI has to ensure, because today your investigating officer is completely in charge of your investigating team.
Correct.
Make sure that the CBI itself seizes the entire the DVR and the entire video footage.
It has to be from before and it has to be after.
Absolutely.
And not only that.
Oh, you're absolutely right on that.
Troubling factor is.
We have absolute clarity. You're right on that, and we hope that the CBI is going to do that.
The troubling factor is that whatever was leaked to the media with regard to this particular accused, I am not going into that. But my lord, till date, the sketch map has not been shown to your lordship. Because from what I have learned is that the place where the camera was placed is not at the entrance of that room, seminar room. There are also other entrances and exits that the CBI will investigate because it could have come from the other side and gone. And my lord, the last thing is, my lord, lordships, why? Because from the dead body challan, my lord, is now at rest because of the fact that it was shown to the Calcutta High Court. And my lord, we have footage. when the document was being looked at, I specifically said to my lords over there that this is the dead body challan. There was an acceptance and the thing was flagged. So there is no dispute that there is a dead body challan. And the last thing is, my lord, on the ground,
Mr. Solicitor, just make sure, because even last time Learned Counsel had said that the dead body challan, that statutory form, was in fact shown to the Calcutta High Court. So ensure that, your counsel there actually traces what was produced for the Calcutta High Court
That is
and
being
hands it over to you, because has some bearing on what you have stated in the status
Yes, sir,
report.
because we are not given that copy.
my lord, if there is any dispute, I've got
When
the pen
CBI,
drive.
when the local police handed over,
You can hand it over to the solicitor right now.
The pen
so
drive.
that it-
I don't want
IO
to
is-
speak out of turn, Malas. This is an entire misstatement, but as and when your lordship
No,
give
but
me
let
opportunity.
the CBI, he has something in his custody.
Yeah.
CBI will look into it.
Yes, absolutely, Malas.
Because
That
we have
five
made
three
a
seven one was
specific
handed over is a
statement
complete misstatement.
that when
Anyway.
we were given the documents by the Calcutta police, this is not what is given to us.
Right, what we will do is, apropos what the concerns are, which have been expressed, we'll first record a short order. Please send a message across that the reason why we are not recording detailed reasons is simply because we do not want the investigation to be dislocated. Any word which we will say here should not put someone who is under scrutiny on guard and ultimately destroy the very cause for which all of you are appearing over here. But please rest assured that a lot of issues which you have raised in your in the letter by the parents, by Learned Counsel before us, is something which CBI has also flagged in the status report. But we will ensure that your letter, for instance, is looked into by the investigating officer, because there is a specificity about that letter. It will be-
Certain things are already done, but my lord, I'm not,
May I just
But it
make
should
one
be
more
looked
point?
at, yes.
Just to say, since the matter, if my lords would consider, my lords is taking status reports. The matter is coming up before the Kolkata High Court also tomorrow. Then the matter, since it's being looked into and monitored by this court present, no.
My lord, it is simply adjourned.
There.
It is simply adjourned.
Adjourned.
My lord,
I-
sorry,
Justice is a seasoned judge with very long standing on the bench. He knows what to do. We shouldn't tell him what to do. Learned judge
just one last-
learned judge knows what to do when the.
just one last
Sir,
point
may
before your
I
lordships.
respond to some of the things that have been said by him, Malas? For example, he said, Malas, there is no sketch map. The sketch
Can
map
you
is
just say
here.
this?
I have never said there was.
One second, let's not get into this repartee between members of the bar. If after you read our, or after we dictate the order, you feel that we have taken into account something and made any adverse observation against you, come back to us.
Well,
at that
the only,
point of
may I
action.
say, the only
Yes.
problem is once this statement is made, Malas, that there was no sketch map.
I never said there was no sketch.
Well, that they-
Not been produced.
That's
by
what
your-
exactly he said. Malas, that 5371 was shown to the High Court, Malas. In fact, we have a complete answer for it because 5371 was never used since 1997.
But Mr. Sibal, we'd like one
Malas, this is
element of
not,
cooperation.
what
by
happens is
Calcutta
their
Police.
statement goes on record.
No, but the Calcutta police must also now cooperate with the CBI because
we-
they want the entirety of the footage.
Malas, it's all there. Malas, given, Malas, 7 to 8 hours of footage is given.
Why would they?
Malas,
So footage.
GRB, Ola, ask your police
Yes.
team. Has the,
Yes,
ask her 1 second.
four hard disks.
Has the DVR been handed over to?
Yes,
CBI?
yes. This is what happens, Malas. The statement is made that it is not handed over. It is handed over in front of people, Malas. It is not as doctors.
7 minutes, my lord. My director.
What's the
is here.
point? 7 to
My
8 hours.
director is here.
8 hours.
Not fair.
My lord, it's the storage device.
Handed over.
DVR, not just the CCTV.
Everything is handed over.
Challan is not used. It's a
Now, Lord, we-
slip.
We have a handing taking over document here.
Which has been signed
Malas,
by CBI.
1 second.
But that DVR.
We have a handing over, taking over document signed by CBI.
DVR has only 27 minutes. That's- yes.
What they are saying is this, that the DVR was handed over, but it has only a recording of 27 minutes footage.
It was sealed, Malas. It was sealed.
But
They have
What-
opened it.
Maybe so it was sealed, but nobody can claim that, well, CBI has destroyed any.
We are
part
not
of
saying
it.
that, Malas. We are not saying that.
But therefore CBI is saying.
But when they say I
Out
don't
of
have,
what was sealed and given to us, there's only 27 minutes.
not true, not true.
7 to 8.
Search and seizure.
7 to 8 hours.
Search and seizure.
Hard drive,
But it
7
is
to 8
relevant.
hours.
To 8 hours.
Because, my lord, the
Hard drive.
4 hard drives are
season of
given, Malad. What's the
samples
point of this
is
kind of?
relevant.
But then, Mr. Solicitor, this is a matter for further investigation.
Yes, you
You have the SHO in your custody.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Otherwise, things go on record.
Spot map handed over, requisition slip handed over with the dead body.
Anything that is verified can also be retrieved.
Of course. Investigation, Malad.
There are two distinct things. Brother
Yes.
Manoj Mishra
Yes,
pointed
yes,
it out.
yes.
One is the video footage of the search and seizure.
Correct.
Independent of that, you have the DVR of the CCTV
Yes.
of the hospital, the medical
Yes.
college, particularly around the seminar room.
Hold on, don't.
Now, 1 second. We therefore want to know, has the DVR of the CCTV footage
Yes,
been
handed
handed
over
over to the CBI?
one pen drive of
Because
capacity.
entire
Malad,
thing.
kindly.
CBI says, when CBI says that we have
Malad, I'll
27
read it. Malad.
27 minutes of the raw footage of the search and
Search and
seizure,
seizure. Correct.
that they do not dispute about
Correct.
27 minutes.
Correct.
When has the DVR of the CCTV at the hospital been
That
handed
is-
over to the
yes.
CBI is what we want to know.
Malad, on 14th of August, one pen drive of capacity 32 GB SanDisk cruiser blade containing CCTV footage of camera number that installed at the northern wall of mail ward department of respiratory medicine at 3rd floor of emergency building of RG Medical College, having coverage of the entrance of the Department of Pulmonary, etc., handed over, signed by them. Then
That
second-
list
One
does
camera-
not
second,
cover the
1
seminar
second.
hall.
Just a second. From what you disclose,
Yes.
it appears that footage in relation to one camera outside the
Malad, if you
department.
allow me to
The seminar hall.
Allow me
that's
to
the
read the
problem.
rest, Malad.
All right, go ahead and
The
read
rest.
now. Yes.
My lord,
Because
I
up to
just
now.
read one paragraph.
All right, just read out the rest.
Yeah, the rest is one pen drive of capacity 32 GB. This cruiser is containing the copy of the CCTV footage as mentioned in item 1 of seizure list dated so and so.
That's only-
White seizure list dated so and so. One pen drive of capacity 32 GB SanDisk cruiser blade containing CCTV footage of camera 16 installed at the ground floor on the eastern side wall of the main entrance admission ticket counter of emergency building of RG Hospital, behind the drinking water kiosk, facing towards southwest direction, covering the main entrance gate of KCRG, handed over. Then one pen drive of capacity 32 GB, this cruiser blade made pen drive containing copy of CCTV footage as mentioned in item 3 of seizure list dated 11, handed over. Well, then what is the point of saying?
Why would all cameras?
Further.
May I say this?
Yes.
You have identified the specific cameras in relation to which,
All of
all
them.
of them.
is it your statement that nothing remains with the
Yes,
Calcutta police?
yes, all of them handed over. All of them.
All cameras.
All
They have signed
cameras
off on it.
Camera suggesting the
Part of the
seminar
diary,
room.
they have
Let them
signed
make a
off on it.
statement, my lords.
Why don't you read? Why just we give it, Malaj?
Yes. Handed over and signed off by them.
Page 5G, your lordships have seen. We have obtained from the authorities.
May I just hand over, Malaj, everything that's been handed over?
Signed off by them.
Mr. Solicitor General, 5 minutes.
Yes. Yes,
How many exhibits were totally seized during the search and
yes,
seizure?
we'll just show that, Your Lordship.
Just tell us,
Hand it,
how
just
many,
hand it over the.
just tell us, how many exhibits were
Well,
seized?
just take this document, this hand,
What
this is
signed
what,
off?
this is what was signed off.
When we handed it over to CBI, this is what was signed off, my lord.
Pen drive, hard disk, everything is there.
Can you share a copy, please?
Multiple hard disks.
Can you share a copy?
We'll give it to you.
There is a pen drive.
And bottom left corner is the CBI signature, Manoj.
My lords, it would be relevant to know how many CCTV cameras on the whole there are in the hospital.
Capacity
Everything-
of pen drive is not relevant. It may be capacity of 100 GB, but it might contain few minutes.
This has been disturbed.
They should have checked. It's 40 days now.
You've had these pen drives.
You've had these pen drives, you should have checked.
This is not on the CBI, the onus is on them to give it.
Oh, this list which you have given us indicates that several pen drives have been handed.
Yes, yes. Serial number 12 onwards is the hard drive.
Hard disks.
Malad, the four cameras, Malad, in the Arjikar hospital are connected with all the cameras stored in 4 hard drives. All the cameras are stored in 4 hard drives and all of that's been handed over.
And 12, 13, 14, 15 other hard drives.
Well, then this ultimately is a matter of investigation.
In total.
And then well, another statement was
Just
made
give
that
us a moment, just give us a moment. A status report dated 17 September 2024 has been filed by Shri Satyavir Singh, DIG, stroke HOB, stroke SC-1, stroke CBI. Let's stop. During the course of the hearing, we have heard the learned counsel appearing on behalf of, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parents of the deceased, the resident doctors, and intervening associations you are appearing, and the original petitioners before the High Court. Good stop. We have explained to the learned, we have explained to all the learned counsel that at this stage, it would not be in the interests of a fair and complete investigation to disclose the leads which are being pursued by the CBI or the line of investigation. This may only lead to the dislocation of the investigation or destruction of evidence. We'll stop. All the learned counsel representing the resident doctors and other groups appearing in these proceedings have also agreed in their understanding that it would not be appropriate for any further disclosures to be placed in the public realm at this stage. Full stop. However, the status report which has been submitted, full stop. A letter dated 12 September 2024, addressed by the father of the deceased to the investigating officer of the CBI has been shared with the court. Full stop. The letter expresses the genuine concerns of the parents of the deceased and contains specific inputs on certain aspects on which investigation should be directed by the CBI.
I will
Full stop.
officially.
Bearing in mind the concern of the parents of the deceased, the genuine concern of the parents of the deceased, we are of the view that the inputs which have been furnished by the father of the deceased in his letter dated 12 September 2024 should be duly taken note of by the investigating officer so that appropriate modalities are followed to explore the leads which have been indicated in the letter. Full stop. Further, responding to the request of the father of the deceased, the Solicitor General has assured the court that CBI would maintain contact with the parents and would keep them informed hereafter so as to assuage their genuine concerns in regard to the investigation. Full stop. Next. Appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, Ms. Indra Ajay Singh, appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, submitted that there is definite material available with the resident doctors indicating the presence of persons at the scene of crime, which they would wish to share with the CBI. Full stop. She has, however, fairly stated that it would not be appropriate in the interest of the investigation to reveal names at this stage, but details would be handed over immediately to the investigating officer of the CBI. Full stop. This may be done so that necessary.
May I also share it with the learned Solicitor General, my lord?
Copy may be
She can
shared
give
with
me in a
the,
sealed cover, I'll send it
may
in
be
a sealed
shared with the
condition.
Solicitor General, who would in turn make it available to the investigating officer of the CBI in charge of the investigation. Full stop. Next.
I speak, Your Honor, on the Medical Institute of India.
Some of the concerns which have been expressed before this court by the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the original petitioners may similarly be recorded in the form of a communication and handed over to the Solicitor General for onward transmission to the CBI so that necessary steps can be taken along any lines, so that necessary steps can be taken if any valuable inputs or leads are made available in the course of the investigation. Full stop. Then we will say that.
Addition, if your lordships can consider, many of the concerns of the parents in the father's letter are taken care of, but we will.
What has said?
Yes.
Okay. Full stop. Having perused the letter dated 12 September 2024 of the father of the deceased, at this stage it may be material to note that many of the concerns which have been expressed in the letter form the subject matter of the active investigation which is being pursued by the CBI. However, nonetheless, a copy of the entirety of the communication would be made available to the CBI so that it can follow an appropriate line of investigation as required in the interest of justice. Now we'll
Lords, on this, if we may just briefly state,
during
my
the
lord.
course of the hearing, the court has been apprised of the fact that that Wikipedia still continues to maintain on its website the name of the deceased and any photograph as well as
Only name.
Only the
It's
name is
stating
there. I
of
believe.
the photograph, but the name is there.
The photograph is also there. It's a different sketch, but it is.
as well as a copy of her. That is a portrait in graffiti. It's not her real life photograph.
It's not a photograph, only the name is.
Yeah, that's only a. It's only an impression. It's not. It says X's portrait in graffiti at Dhaka University. So that I think we need not refer to
Somebody is
this.
representing.
It's only an artist's
It's a
impression.
representative.
First page and another thing, Lord, the girl had a specific hairstyle And the, this graphic is, depicting her everywhere. That's the unfortunate part, but the name is there on the first page.
It's the name which is,
Confine ourselves to the name.
yes.
But the provisions of Indian law are clear in this respect, comma, full stop. In the interest of maintaining the dignity and privacy of the deceased, comma, it has been clearly the governing principle is that the identity of the of the deceased in a case involving alleged rape and murder should not be disclosed. Stop. Wikipedia shall therefore take steps to comply with the previous order and the injunction which has been issued in the present order forthwith.
Please.
Stop. Now we have covered this. We have taken care of the letter by the father. Now the status report we have dealt with. Now
Something very
that-
significant
that
that the
Mr.
doctors
Ad-
wanted to place.
Nandi for a minute and then we
Sure.
I'm so grateful, my lords. My lords, on the last occasion, the state government had
What you are
vilified the
caring for, Ms.
doctors.
Nandi?
For the doctors, my lords, we represent 25,000 doctors
What do you have to
Look,
say?
in the state of West Bengal.
Just
If I
make-
may just.
Well, just
So,
make a
my lords,
distinction.
on the last occasion, my lords, if we may go turn by
Madam,
turn.
just a
Again.
My lords,
Between the two of you, what's the
Mr.
point
Mine,
in
I'm
arguing
not
between each other?
addressing the court. I just want to make a distinction between senior doctors and
That's
junior
correct.
doctors. My learned friend is rightly representing the senior doctors who are
Yes.
supporting us. I am representing the junior doctors who have today ceased work.
All right.
So our submissions will be different.
Yes, yes, Ms. Nandi.
My lords, on the last occasion, a number of statements, misleading statements, and I really say this with responsibility, were made by the state of West Bengal. And in that status report, which we were not given, we wrote twice formal letters. And with regard to the doctors, the senior doctors as well as the junior doctors, we have filed an affidavit in this regard, my lords.
So can you
We are not
summarize
well
what you have
on
to say?
record.
Can you just summarize what you have to say? Tell us, we'll make a note of it.
But my lords, if I may just hand this over because it has some
Summarize
relevant
it.
documents.
Tell us what you have to say.
Number one, my lords, they have said that the state of West Bengal, the medical system is collapsing because of the strikes of the junior doctors. My lords, the senior doctors are working overtime double shifts because their junior doctors are not feeling safe. They have said, for example, in the status report, para 15 of my lord's order, 7C.
So according to you, everything is going on as normal. Nobody is.
My lords,
denying it.
everything, it is true, is not going on as normal. But in 7C, for example, they
So
have said that cardiology treatments such as
So what
stenting and angiography,
the juniors are not on duty. The seniors are trying to fill up the gap to the extent they can.
my lords, for the firstly, they are filling up
So therefore we
what
ask,
the junior doctors
are
are
you
doing.
in a position to say that, well, everything is as normal as ever?
My lords, we are not saying that, but what we are saying
Is that you are doing your duties as seniors to fill in the breaches caused by the absence of the junior doctors?
and my lords, we have placed on record, and my lords just make
That's all right. You've made your point. What's the next point?
this, please. The second thing is that there are a number of deaths that they have claimed that they say that they have got from media reports. Now, we were able to glean in the absence of being given the allegations that are being made against us. We were somehow able to glean one case from which, with regard to which we have obtained the clinical reports, and it is a lie. There's no question of it, it is a lie. So, my lords, this demonizing of the doctors has to stop. So, my lords, if my lords will take note of that and ask them to give us any further status reports or allegations that are made against the doctors so that we can respond, we would be
All right.
grateful.
Mr.
Secondly, my lords, in terms of safety, there is a notification that has been issued by the state of West Bengal to institute Rattire Shathi,
Sorry?
to institute a cadre that they call Rattire Shathi. Now, this Rattire Shathi, my lords, is at page 23 to 28 of these affidavits. If I may just hand it over. Rattire Shathi means
The companion
friend
at
of the
night.
night. Friend of the night, companion at night.
A companion at night to maintain some sort of safety.
Yes. And this is their response, my lords.
Page?
23. So my lords will look at para
Yeah,
2.
if you have got it.
Now these 1514 number security personnel will be placed in government medical college and hospitals as per breakup attached by outsourcing through agency for a period of 1 year. This is one objection, my lords. But the second objection is at page 24, which is that they get a training of 7 days. So the director, principal, MSVP, all concerned, with a request to verify antecedents of all such hired personnel. A training of 7 days in consultation with the district police authority may be organized for these hired security personnel. Now, my lords, has the state of West Bengal come to this, that when an incident has happened where Sanjoy Roy, the accused, was a civic volunteer, and at night, my lords.
My lord, I wish to
Yes,
fully
you got
support.
your point.
My lords, may I complete my brief submissions and then?
Yes.
My lords, with regard to the other safety mechanisms that my lord had directed, there are budget allocations, but beyond that, there are a few extra CCTV cameras that have been installed, and that is really it. So in terms of the safety and security, us senior doctors are there, but we are being assaulted.
All right, we got your point.
And my lords, lastly, with regard to the financial irregularities, we have been assisting the CBI directly. And even today, given what had fallen from my lords, I had passed to the solicitor and to the CBI a standard operating procedure with regard to the post-mortem. It's a memorandum dated 3/1/2020. And we have also given a large number of other documents, if that may be taken into account. And my lords, if my lords will consider, the financial irregularities case, my lords, is intricately connected, I beg your pardon, as I had mentioned earlier. My lords, Dr. Shondip Ghosh has been arrested now in the rape and murder case. So our concern is that
The investigation into that started a little later, because that aspect started a little later. That the CBI is investigating. They have referred to it in their status report.
exactly. So my lords, because my lords' supervision of the matter has been so salutary, we are really only requesting that the status reports on the next occasion be placed before my lords in sealed cover to strengthen the
On the
process.
financial irregularities also.
On the financial irregularities also.
Solicitor, you need an order for us? You can give us a status report
We can have no
on both.
objection, my lord. We can.
On the incident of the alleged rape and murder, as well as on the financial irregularities.
Shall be done.
What is-
We can have no objection.
Yes.
I'm so grateful, my lords. That completes my.
My lord, on the question of these night.
Your lordship said that you, anyway, that's all right.
Now we complete.
Yes, I agree.
Once they complete, we'll come back, so you can give us a comprehensive response.
Yes, yes.
Something to say on the order of address. I do believe it's the privilege of the state of West Bengal to be first addressing the court for the reason that a settlement has been reached yesterday night until the early hours of the morning.
That's what I was trying to show.
Reporting back to work. I request this court, my lord, to invite the state of West Bengal to address you on what is the settlement that has been reached, because it will take care of many of the demands that we have raised We, the junior doctors, are, it is an issue because this court has passed an order directing us to go back to work. We wish to comply with that order, my lord. Now, in relation to that, a certain settlement has been reached. If my learned friend doesn't want to present the settlement, I will present it. I have a copy of it, but I feel it is his privilege.
All right, Mr. Anupam Lal Das, I'll put your follow-up on.
Secondly, my lord, just one small thing in relation to submission that my learned friend, Ms. Nandi made. I fully support her suggestion. I agree that the senior doctors have been greatly supporting the junior doctors, but we have our own point of view, which I will present to you after the state of West Bengal has presented a copy of the settlement to you. Secondly, my lord, in my opinion, that force of 1,514 people requires to be dismantled with immediate effect.
Yes.
They are outside the law. They do not fall. They must be replaced by regular police of the state of West Bengal. They are performing a policing function, and it cannot be performed by people who do not hold the position of police in the state of West Bengal. Therefore, request is to disband that force of 1,514 people, total number, and replace them in the interest of safety and security with the regular police force of the state of West Bengal. That's our request.
Mr. Anupam Lal Das.
I appear for the senior doctors, my lords, and we just want to place our concerns on record. We, my lords, are all working. We are working overtime. And, my lords, as far as we are concerned, all these 20 departments, cases which have been pointed out, in any case were manned by the senior doctors. Junior residents, etc., were not placed there. So, my lords, that is something that I also wanted to place on record.
Yes.
So, as far as we are concerned, we are working overtime. There has been absolutely no this thing from our side. That's our.
May I make a
That's my
submission?
Amaras, may I?
May I make a small submission before Mr. Sibal is called upon? I appear for a doctors organization, thank you, called Doctors for Patients in Calcutta. Our suggestions will give to the task force. There are two issues we'd like to highlight to your lordships. First is pertaining to the investigation itself. Second is pertaining to that policy of 19th August. There are two more clauses, since your lordships already have that before your lordships. I'll start with that.
I mean 13th September.
19th August, the West Bengal policy which has come out, which Ms. Nandi had just read out. If your lordship will
13th September.
No, your lordship, this is 19th of August. If your lordship will have my IA then, 188500.
Miss Nandi, where's 19th of August in your compilation that idea is referring to?
Or if your lordship will see my IA, lordship.
So we'll refer to one eye. It's so much easier
Yeah,
if we have it every.
that is correct. Is 19th August. 19th August, Government of West Bengal, Department of Health and Family Welfare.
August.
It's part of that helpers of the night policy.
It's there in our earlier status report.
Then your status report?
Yes,
Yes.
it's in the earliest.
Apparently, it's in the earlier status report of the state of West Bengal.
All right, what is it?
There's a
What is
third- There are-
September policy.
All right.
It's in my affidavit.
Your lordship, there are two problems here with that 19th August circular. It's there in my IA as well as I'm told in the earlier status report of the state of West Bengal.
Ma'am, which page number is it? Because what I have is the 13th of September.
Okay, then maybe
She is appealing for whom? I'm not aware.
the policy was,
Association of Doctors and Patients in West Bengal.
Doctors and patients.
I'm appearing for Doctors for Patients. It's a trust
Doctors
called
for
Doctors for Patients. So your lordship,
What's your point?
I have 2 points. Number one, in this policy, your lordship said 11, clause 11, subclause 5 and 6, we have a serious problem with. One is working hours of women, including women doctors, should not preferably exceed 12 hours at a time.
No, this is-
Second, wherever possible, night duty may be avoided for women to the extent possible. Now, this is the policy of the state of West Bengal, and our doctors have a serious problem with this. And your lordships in
How
multiple
can you say that
cases.
women should not work on night duty?
Exactly,
It's ridiculous.
precisely.
Women
And-
will have an objection if you keep them from working.
Exactly, and to limit us to a 12-hour shift. In fact, many of the junior residents work for 36 hours flat out. Now, this is directly impinging on gender and being employed at all.
Completely right. You need
That
to
is
stick
one.
to the point.
We'd like,
That-
and
Anuj
second
Garg,
point, I have a second point, your lordship. I have a second point. Second point pertains to investigation. One is on this policy, your lordship is seized of it. I will leave it at
So
that.
women don't want concessions. They want
Yes.
equal opportunity in
In
terms of
Anuj Garg's,
safety.
in Anuj Garg's case,
Why should we prevent a woman doctor from working in the night?
or 12 hours. Why limited to 12 hours, your lordship? Because junior doctors work for 36 hours. Now women will never be
Should be
taken.
for all doctors. 12 hours working time is for all doctors. Don't bifurcate.
Equally, whatever the shift,
Exactly.
women
Manoj.
doctors are
They-
ready to work in exactly the same conditions
Absolutely.
in
Yes,
terms
yes,
of time.
Exactly.
In Anuj
Well,
Garg,
let's not undermine
Not
them.
even Anuj Garg-
Undermine the lady
Mr.
doctors.
Sibal, this has to be
There is
corrected.
no issue, Malaj. We'll notify it. We were just worried because there is no security in place at the moment.
No, but the
Therefore, I
answer
want to
to it-
make sure.
Saying this,
The
I'm
answer
the-
to
I
it.
want to make sure, Malaj,
Mr.
that something
Sibal,
like,
the answer to it is you must ensure security is in place.
I know, Malaj, that's
You
the
can't
point.
tell women that you will not be
This
working
is-
after.
This is in addition. It says in addition. This is not, this is only temporary. But if your lordship wants, we, no issue.
this itself is
the
offensive,
state
your lordship.
says that it cannot
One second,
provide
hold on.
security, the
We are-
center is.
We are ad item. If.
In Anuj Garg's case,
No,
your lordship
Anuj
frowned
Garg is-
upon
You're right. We said that, look.
romantic
Because
paternalism.
The law, the provision of the Act, Punjab Excise Act was
Absolutely.
that any establishment which serves liquor
Can't have
will
women
not have a woman. We
employee.
stuck it down.
Of course, you should strike it down, Malaj. There's no
But
issue.
therefore, two things, Mr. Sibal. I think the state of West Bengal must immediately correct its notification. You
in-
cannot say that women will not work more than a 12-hour shift. If men are working more than a 12-hour shift,
They want to.
they are entitled
They
to
want
work
to.
exactly at par with their male counterparts.
We'll issue a notification, but not an issue.
Your duty to provide security. And we can't tell any woman today in our country who's in the workforce that you will not work at night.
Including in
Pilots work at night,
Call
doctors work
centers.
at night.
Call centers,
Your armed
employees are-
forces.
The armed forces
women-
work.
Women work.
My second point, your lordship, second point
I-
on investigation itself. Again, it's a suggestion which has come from these doctors for patients. They say that apparently there are many people who possibly have information regarding this incident. And because of fear of retribution, they're not coming out and openly giving this information.
That is our
CBI.
problem also.
Therefore, may I just
Yeah,
finish,
please.
Mr. Mehta?
No, I'm
The question
supporting you.
here is- Oh, thank you. The request here is for an anonymous portal because your lordship, the cyber crimes portal today has an anonymous portal for crimes. Also, this court, in the case of videography of child pornography, specifically said you should permit anonymous complaints and a specific portal should be set up. Our request today is to aid this investigation and to hopefully finally get the culprits. We need an anonymous portal which the CBI will set up because many people don't want to disclose their identity even to CBI. And that is a fact today because of the nature of the matter your lordship has seen. We support no particular side here, but the point is people are scared. So if they can be enabled to give their complaints anonymously. Third is on Wikipedia, which is not part of my IA, but since your lordship said the photo is not there,
Yes.
the photo, your lordship, is not there on the Wikipedia website. But after the girl's name is mentioned, there are two footnotes. The first footnote refers to an article which is not an Indian journal. It's outside India, but that article has a photograph. So that footnote is also problematic because I just clicked on it on my phone when this discussion happened, and that takes me to an article.
While editing the order, I'll make sure that we cover that.
It's an external link, reference 1 and
All right,
reference 2.
thank you. Mr. Sibal,
Phenomenal.
thank you.
But only one, to respond to, Malad, she is right. We are also facing this difficulty. People are afraid to come forward and speak. Malad, we are ready to have an anonymous platform. The only Malad, difficulty in that would be, which is Malad, our difficulty, that there would be several things Malad, sent on that, which are completely irrelevant, but we can't help it.
That is item 5 and 6.
But we can assure if,
Be just flooded with.
that's the problem, Malad,
Information which, you know.
that this is the theory, this is the theory going on. This is.
Is functioning, they must be.
But I can assure my learned friend, if anybody comes, they would be fully anonymized. We will not disclose their identity to anyone.
Protection scheme, there is-
Yes, Malad.
But despite that, this court is approved of an anonymous portal, despite all the witness protection schemes.
More counterproductive than.
India's task force is limited. It's not, it's a relatively a small agency. Now, if we get all kinds of relevant, irrelevant material on an anonymous portal, one officer will be only monitoring nothing else but only that portal. So, look at it.
We understand the
flip side.
problem.
Lord, we can assure if anybody comes, their identity will not be disclosed. It would remain only with the joint director CBI.
You just delete it. That's all.
Despite that, the cyber crimes, Despite that, the cybercrimes portal has
And it
an.
may be publicized, my
Act
lords,
for
by the CP,
Pornography of.
the witness protection.
Equally counterproductive, though I have no.
Despite all-
All right, you made your point. Now, Mr. Sibal.
Now, Millards, just as far as items 5 and 6 is concerned, we'll issue a notification to delete it. That's all. So that's not an issue. Millards.
Item
Millards,
5 and 6 of the notification date.
of
19th August 20.
19th August, Millards, clause 11, subclause 5 and 6 will be deleted by virtue of a notification, Millards. So
Yes.
that's not an issue. Then your lordship's order, Millards, 9th of September, your lordships render this order.
Previous order.
Kindly read, Millards, paragraph 18 with me. In order to, your lordship has that? All my lords have it? No.
We have copies.
We have copies, Millards, we'll try and give.
Yes.
No. Oh. May I read it, Millards? In order to create a sense of confidence among the doctors, we also
We saw that para 18. So what do you have to say on that, Mr.
yes, so no, Millards, therefore we called, 5 meetings we called. This is the 5th meeting and we want to tell your lordships what happened. Actually, I wanted to place it earlier, but this is after the 5th meeting, Millards. Yesterday night on 16th of September at 6:30. At the outset, Millards, the Chief Minister welcomed all the junior doctors present in the meeting. She expressed heartfelt grief for the deceased victim. She also added, the first demand of the West Bengal Junior Doctor Front is under the jurisdiction of the CBI. The state government would provide all necessary assistance as required for expediting the completion of the inquiry and justice to the deceased. As regards their demands relating to action against Kolkata Police, the CP Kolkata Police and DC North will be transferred. As regards the health manpower, the present DME and DHS will be transferred. Then rupees 100 crores have been sanctioned for hospital infrastructure like CCTV, washroom, etc., which will be formalized in close consultation with the medical fraternity. The composition of the Rogi Kalyan Samiti will be revised to make it more inclusive through inclusion of all stakeholders. The issues regarding safety and security within the hospital and college premises was discussed. The state government proposed that a task force headed by the Chief Secretary and including the Home Secretary, the DG Police, the CP Calcutta, as well as representatives as would be proposed by the junior doctors, will look into related matters. An effective and responsive grievance redressal mechanism will be put in place in the medical infrastructure across hospitals and colleges. Junior doctors were required to join back at requested to join back at duties. It was jointly resolved to work in close coordination to discuss and resolve all issues faced by the medical fraternity at the level of Chief Secretary. The West Bengal Junior Doctors Front representatives expressed disagreements with regard to no disciplinary action against DC Central and transfer of Health Secretary. As regards ensuring safety and security, it was intimated by them that further discussions regarding specific formulations of the same will be required. It was also proposed that the existing threat culture prevalent in the medical colleges can be removed after further deliberations through specific formulations. Democratically elected students' unions and RDAs regarding cease work and ongoing sit-in demonstration at Swasthya Bhavan. Representatives submit that a decision will be arrived at only after further discussion with all the junior doctors. The meeting ended with an appeal from the Chief Minister to the junior doctors to join back to work, ensuring delivery of healthcare services, and they've still not done it. And there are 10,000 of them, Millards. There are 3,000 senior doctors, there are 10,000 junior doctors. 75 of the workforce is not going to work. And I must, Millards, appreciate the outreach of the
Any
senior.
further comments?
Come on, please.
I was the one who said we have arrived at a settlement. Mr. Kansipal did not initiate this.
Let him at least complete his submission, then you can have. Yes.
So,
No,
Millards,
he can't. I agree with my learned friend, Miller. Doctors can't be demonized like this.
They're making a lot of allegations, my lords. 3,000 senior
I've made
doctors.
no allegations.
It's a
It's a number.
The fact that
allegation.
there are
Ask them
10,000
what the
junior doctors and 3,000 senior doctors.
Correct.
That's all that he has pointed out.
That's all I've said. I've said made no allegation. Now, Malas, all that and senior doctors have been actually doing a lot of hard work. Malas, we appreciate what's happening.
Thank you, but we're not on strike, sir. So
For
this should
God's
really,
sake,
the numbers
shut up.
for the last from the
Why?
media.
No, repeating between lawyers, please. Let Mr. Zibal complete.
I'll leave it.
We allowed you to complete now. Let him
Great, I'll leave it.
respond.
So, Malas, this is the state of affairs today, Malas, and she's also publicly said, we won't take any action against you. But if the junior doctors don't go back to work, Malas, what is to be done? And their demands, see their demands.
But
everything
see, this
that-
method is not.
Come on, please do not.
Representing them.
Now, Mr. Sibal, we want to know one basic thing. After our last order, we had said that, look, set up adequate security
Yes, we
apparatus.
got an affidavit to that effect. I showed
Now,
you.
what have you done?
Yes,
Let's
yes.
start with RG-CAR itself,
let's-
RG-CAR
In
Hospital.
consultation with
What,
CISF.
tell us what steps have been taken to improve the,
Yes,
to improve the safety and the security at the
Yes, yes,
RG-CAR
finally,
college
we give
itself?
the affidavit. We just give it to you. Yes, yes, we've done that.
File this
We
affidavit.
filed this, we circulated
Apart
it
from
yesterday.
budgetary allocation, what steps have you taken on the ground?
Yes, Malas, yes, we're showing it to your lordship. We gave that, circulated it yesterday, Malas.
Of 2020.
Can I have, I'm not concerned, but if you can give me a copy for completion.
Through the
I'm-
health
I'm not
department,
served,
Malas,
that's-
this affidavit was filed through the health department. Just give it, give copies. Give
None of
copies
us
now.
have copies,
I
my
don't
lord.
think we have, but I'm not concerned with that, but copies.
May I have a copy, please?
Usko to de do.
This concerns the junior doctors.
Now, Malas, kindly see.
My lords, this
Mr.
is
Sibal,
not
may I-
confidential. May we all have copies?
Mr. Sibal, may I have a copy, please?
May we all have copies, sir?
Yeah, give copies. Don't have copies for everyone. We'll give it to you. I'll just read
Yes,
it out
you have
and
to
then.
address the court on
we
this
don't-
issue.
Why don't you share
You are
one copy with them
intervening.
so that, you know, they can
What is-
between themselves.
What is the difficulty in sharing a copy with me?
Yeah, I'm giving it to you.
You should have come to court with extra
Very
copies.
difficult, Malas.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's kindly just come to page 2, Malas, paragraph 4. Confidence building initiatives by the state of West Bengal. As per the order of the court, Malas. In furtherance of the orders passed by this honorable court, the following district collectors and superintendent of police have been duly communicated the said order for compliance and necessary action. Right, so each district, the district collector, commissioner of police, Malas, identified. Para 5. Further, a letter has also been issued to all district magistrates and superintendents of police for ensuring safety and security of the health professionals working in various health facilities. True copy of the letter dated so-and-so from the Principal Secretary, Department of Health and Family is attached, which is at page 1415. Malas. Then, meeting in this regard was chaired by the Chief Secretary of the state with all the district magistrates, chief medical officers of health, principals and hospital superintendents on 13/9, giving clear directions to all for ensuring safety and security and early completion of the various infrastructural works being undertaken. DMs and SPs have visited the medical college in their respective jurisdiction, and they are taking all steps in this regard. That the state of West Bengal is providing the following facilities to 28 medical colleges and hospitals throughout the state, out of which the district collectors, along with superintendent of police, are monitoring the 18 government medical college and hospitals in the district outside Kolkata, while the 10 medical colleges and hospitals in Kolkata are under the Kolkata Police Commissionerate. Besides this, there are 87 public hospitals, district hospitals, super specialty hospitals, sub-divisional hospitals, and state general hospitals. Now, Malas, what is it that we have done? Let's see, existing facility of duty rooms and the restrooms, right? So, Malas, you have 732 males and 444 females. Total is that. Additional duty rooms and restrooms sanctioned are 5, and work has already begun, Malas. And 536 male, 357, it's increased by another 893. And within 7 to 14 days, the work will be completed. I've put it there, Malas. Work has started and directions have been issued to executing agencies to complete the work in 7 to 14 days. Then come to the existing toilet facilities. You have 462, 249 for
women.
women and 711 total, and 1497 and 806 in public hospitals. That's 2303. The additional for women is Malas 724 and Malas 503 for the others, for the public hospitals. And this also will be completed in 7 to 14 days, Malas. Then existing CCTV cameras. In addition, additional will be 6178 and public hospitals 4071. Also, work will be over between 7 and 14 days. Following this is the special dealing with RJ Karmalas. There are currently common duty rooms are available for doctors. The total are 57, 24 and 47. Additional will be made and sanctioned. There are 71 additional. And work has started. And joint inspection with hospital authorities, PWD, CISF has been held. Networks have been, new works have been taken up. Then existing facility toilets, 43 and 26 is 69. We're building another 82. Joint inspection has been done, with hospital authorities, PWD and CISF has been held and new works have been taken up. Then existing CCTV cameras 217, we're increasing them to 415. 36 are installed. The other work is going on,